CBS presents this program in color.
Come ride the little train that is rolling down the tracks to the junction. Forget about your cares, it is time to relax at the junction. Lots of curves, you bet, and even more when you get to the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
There's a little hotel called the Shady Rest at the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
It is run by Kate, come and be her guest at the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
And that's Uncle Joe, he's a moving kind of slow at the junction. Petticoat Junction.
Just us, Sam, me and Kate.
Be right there. And Joe, put down that apple.
How do you know that?
Because the first thing you do when you come in here is always take an apple.
And put down that cookie.
Well, you know, this is spooky. Sam must know ESP.
No, he knows J-O-E.
He's still wet.
Oh, you getting out the Guardian today? Isn't that a little early in the week?
Well, this is a special edition, Kate. I had to beat the Pixley-Picayune to this big scoop.
Oh.
I better hold it for you. You might smudge your fingers.
Oh. Happy Harrison and his National Amateur Hour will be screening talent this week for auditions on Station K, the Valley's own One Water.
Oh, boy, is that a big story. That's about as big as that last special edition you got out. Newt Kiley's milking machine short circuits, Cal beats Cannonball into Pixley. Big deal.
Winner of Talent Search will receive $200.
That last crummy story, $200.
Cash. Sam, only have a few things on the list today.
Sam, you may not realize it, but you've got a big story here. Thanks. Kate, you should be interested.
Boy, I'm interested. I'm going to drop everything and enter.
But I'm serious.
Well, so am I. Sam, wait till you catch my act. For an opening, I hem a skirt. Then I mop the floor, and for a big flashy finish, I fry fish.
Kate, it wasn't you I was thinking of entering.
It wasn't.
Who'd you have in mind, Joe?
Oh, no, you don't. I ain't spilling any of my ideas to you until I get my client under an ironclad contract.
Oh, you don't have to worry about Sam.
Don't let that editor's eyeshade fool you. The minute we turn our backs, he turns into Susie Parson, the gossip columnist. She'll spread it all over the valley faster than fleas in a pet shop.
Here you are, Kate.
There's a Cannonball. Come on, let's get going.
Joe, ain't you forgetting something?
Oh, yeah.
A human dynamo. It's a shame nobody plugged him in.
Hi, girls. Hi, Mom. Howdy, Joe.
That Steve plane up there?
Isn't it exciting? Steve's gonna let Billy Joe steer. In the air? Where else? Yeah, Mom. Don't sound like a nervous mother.
Who's nervous?
Billy Joe, you come right down here this minute.
Pete, you're making a big fuss over nothing. Where would Lindbergh be if his mother to run after him hollering, "Come down, Charlie, come down"? He never would have made it to Paris and nobody would ever have heard about him.
You can stop worrying, Mom. They're coming in for a landing. Let's go watch. It's okay, Mom. They're safe on the ground.
Good. I can look now and faint later.
Well, how'd I do? Oh, Mom, it was great.
Oh, honey, I was so nervous.
Didn't make me nervous for a minute. Billy Joe's got a lot of the daring I had when I was younger. Never forget the first parachute jump I made. I was black and blue for a week.
Well, what could you expect, leaping off the water tower with a tablecloth?
Anybody could have made that kind of a mistake. How did I know it was a lace tablecloth? Forget about that. Steve, here's a pot of gold at the end of our rainbow.
Well, what's this got to do with us?
My boy, as president of the Carson Elliott Airlines, I'm giving you and Billy Joe permission to enter the contest as official representatives of the company.
Hey, that's a great idea.
Well, I don't know. We just kind of sing for laughs. I never even thought of singing for money.
Well, think about it, boy. You got more going for you than Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin. What a boost it would have been to their careers if, in addition to their singing, they'd have been crop dusters, too.
What a sales pitch. Dean Martin swooping over a cabbage patch singing, "Everybody loves somebody sometime."
Well, what do you think, Billy Joe?
love it.
There you are. Yes, sir, you two kids stick with me and I'll make you another Nelson and Eddie.
And that was our local carpenter, Hank Binney, playing Yes, We Have No Bananas on his musical saw. Now, get busy, all you musical saw lovers, and send in your votes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to continue with our talent search, want to present for your approval that charming young couple from the Shady Rest.
Mom!
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Billy Joe Bradley and Mr. Steve Elliott.
Let's keep our fingers crossed.
No two people have ever been so in love, been so in love, been so in love.
No two people have ever been so in love as my lovey-dove and I.
No two people have ever mooned such a moon, June such a June, spoon such a spoon.
No two people have ever been so in tune as my macaroon and I.
And when we kiss, well, it's hysterical, it's historical.
Let me tell it, dear.
Be my guest.
No two people have ever been so in love, been so in love, been so in love.
No two people have ever been so in love as my lovey-dove and I.
Never before and never again could anything more romantic and beautiful be.
No two people have ever been so in love,
Been so in love,
been so in love,
been so in love.
been so in
What
love.
he means is that no two people have ever been so in love as my macaroon and I.
And when we kiss,
And when we kiss,
and when we kiss,
well, it's like this.
well, it's hysterical, it's historical.
Let me tell it, dear.
Certainly, darling.
No two people have ever been so in love
As my lovey-dove and
This is the cream, the
I.
very extreme, the sort of the dream you couldn't imagine at
No
all.
two people have ever been so in
Been
love
so
as my lovey-dove and
Excuse me, Mom. I see a prospect. Hi, Andy. Would you do me a favor?
Anything, Bobby Joe.
Vote for Billy Joe and Steve Elliott? What's wrong?
My father's in it. He plays the musical saw.
Too bad.
But I hate the musical saw, and I adore you from afar.
Hi, Sam.
Oh, hi, Kate. What can I do for you?
Well, I would like a dozen postcards.
Oh, just a second, Kate. Gotta make that official. Now, what did you want?
Sam, I just told you.
No, you didn't tell me. You told the grocery clerk.
Oh, yes, forgive me. I would like a dozen postcards.
There you are, Kate. 48 cents.
48 cents. There you go. And here are the cards.
What's this?
Pass them out to your friends and tell them to vote for Steve and Billy Joe.
Oh, okay. Does this mean Steve's going to give up crop dusting in favor of singing?
Well, singing's a lot safer, and I'm for that.
I don't know about that. When I sang with a barbershop quartet, it wasn't too safe. It got so bad we couldn't even sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game without wearing catcher's masks.
Well, maybe I'm biased, but I think they both have lovely voices.
Yeah, true. Joe's sure taking it big.
I know.
He wanted me to put up a big sign saying, vote for Steve and Billy Joe. But I told him this is a place of business. I can't afford to take sides.
I don't blame you, Sam.
He tried to sneak the sign on my window, even on the ceiling, but I was too sharp for him.
Good for you.
Well, don't worry about me helping. I'll pass these out at lodge meeting tomorrow night.
Oh, thanks, Sam.
Oh, anything else, Kate?
No, Steve. Billy. Sam. I was just leaving.
Mom, guess what wonderful things are happening. Go ahead, yes. You'll never guess.
I'll never get a word in.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mom, but it's all so exciting. Well, first of all, everybody's promising to vote for us. Why, the Chinese restaurant in Crabwell Corners has even promised to put vote for Steve and Billy Joe in the fortune cookie.
That's a sure sign of a winner.
That isn't the main thing. We've got an agent.
A what?
A real, honest-to-goodness theatrical agent. He caught our act, Oh, that's showbiz talk, and he wants us to go on the road.
You mean like gypsies?
No, Mom, he says nix on the sticks. We're big time, all the way.
Don't tell me. That's more showbiz talk.
Kate! Kate! We got the contest wrapped up. I pulled the greatest coup de grace of all time.
Uncle Joe, where are your shoes?
That's part of the coup de grace. They were putting a new sidewalk in front of the Pixley barber shop this morning.
Well, never mind that. Where are your shoes?
In here.
Oh, no.
I couldn't help it, Kate. I was writing vote for Billy Joe and Steve and the Seaman Harden.
Welcome to Grolman's Pixley. And congratulations to all of us for an outstanding job, maybe.
What do you mean, maybe?
Well, it's all in your point of view. Billy Joe seems to figure that having an agent taking her upward and onward is quite outstanding.
It's nice to be appreciated, Billy Joe. But really, it was nothing. Just another example of the Joe Carson skill and cunning in the field of public relations. So I'm going to... What's the matter?
You're not the agent she has in mind.
What?
His name is Sidney Sparks, Uncle Joe. He's dynamic, exciting, big time. He wants to handle us. Think of that.
I'm thinking of it.
Well?
I should have known. Michelangelo had the same problems with his sculpturing. He starts carving on a masterpiece, and before he knows it, the chiselers start showing up.
Girls, what are you doing up?
Mom, we couldn't get to sleep. We just realized what's happening. It's one thing winning a local contest, but the way that Mr. Sparks talked, Billy Joe and Steve could be leaving us forever.
I thought of that too, girls, but it isn't our decision to make. You see, it's their future. They'll have to make up their minds themselves.
Mom, do you realize what it means if Billy Joe leaves?
Mm-hmm. You'll have to borrow your lipstick and nylons from somebody else.
It's much more than that. The Shady Rest won't be the same at all. Yeah. Now when we knock on room 6, a perfect stranger will be answering the door. And we won't see Billy Joe's sweet, beautiful, charming face.
How come when you knocked on room 6 this morning, you yelled, "Take those curlers out of your hair, they're mine"?
Mom, you know what we mean.
Of course I do. Personally, I'd like to keep him here forever. But there comes a time when you can't just think of yourself. You gotta face these things. So, why don't we all go to bed and we'll feel much better in the morning, huh? Good night.
Mom, bye.
Thanks, boy. I'll share it with you.
You gals still up?
Yeah, we were just talking to Mom about Billy Joe and Steve leaving.
What makes you so sure they'll be leaving?
And according to Mr. Sparks, if they win the contest, they'll be on their way.
But they haven't won the contest. Besides, that fellow Sparks ain't such a hot agent, working for 10%. When I agent, I take 30%. I'm 3 times the agent he is.
But with all those votes we got for them, they're bound to win.
Well, that's a short-range viewpoint. Steve only realizes his future lies here in the valley with the Carson Elliott dynasty. That way he'll be independent. Some know-it-all won't be trying to run his life for him.
What's going to keep them from winning? Everybody practically admits they're the best talent in the county.
Second best talent.
Who do you have in mind?
Sorry, I can't let it out. That stale agent Sparks would move right in and sign him out.
Come on, Uncle Joe.
All right, let's take it from the top. 1 and 2 and... Grandpa! Grandpa! Now!
Of course I know how.
Hold it yourself, Leonard Bernstein. That's 6 of my pencils you've broken so far, and we haven't even got to the chorus.
If we knock off this first prize of $200, you'll get your 12 cents back.
Wait a minute, Joe. What makes you so sure we're going to win that $200?
Yeah, well, we got the talent, but where are we going to get the votes?
That's where my strategy comes in. Now, in the first place, there's 6 of us in the band. Newt, you can get votes from the fellas over at the Grange. Roy, you can work on the ice plant. And Bert, you can snag a vote or 2 in your barber shop between the hot towels and the tonic. Grandpappy, you... Nudge him, will you, Newt? Grandpappy, you think you can get some votes at the church social?
Oh, much better, thanks, since I started soaking my feet.
We're talking about voting.
Oh, well,
Now put me down for Tippecanoe and Tyler, too.
Joe, let's get on with the rehearsal. I got to open the store at 7 in the morning. 1, 10, 2. What now? Well, there's 2 things. Number 1, I want you to wear your full dress uniforms at the performance. And 2, we're sounding too good, fellas. The guys that are running this contest will think I ran in a bunch of ringers. Now let's take it again. And this time, hit a bad note now and then so we'll sound more like amateurs. 2.
And way out ahead, with 210 votes, the Shady Rest singing sweethearts Billy Joe Bradley and Steve Elliott.
There it is, just the way I call it. Yes, sir, this is only the beginning. Now, if you 2 kids will just sign this contract.
Wait! The contest isn't even over yet.
Bird calls, sweet potato solos, nobody's going to top these 2. It's in the bag. Now, if you just sign this contract, we'll get the show on the road.
And now, for our final entry in the contest, Joe Carson and his Hooterville Marching Band.
Uncle Joe, that's why he's been sneaking out nights lately. He's been rehearsing that band.
What do you think he's up to, Mom?
Well, I guess he doesn't want you to leave any more than the rest of us, and it's his way of stopping you.
Look, are you 2 kids with me or aren't you?
If he's been sneaking out nights to practice, it must have been billiards.
That's hot time in the old town. That outfit ought to be doing time.
Look, will you just sign on the dotted line?
Mr. Sparks, what's the rush? The contest isn't over yet.
And Uncle Joe has a lot of friends.
Not anymore, he has. I heard better sounds coming out of the slaughterhouse. Here you go.
If you don't mind, Mr. Sparks, I'd like to give it a little more thought.
Well, what's there to think about? This is the opportunity of a lifetime.
She's right, kid, and we can't afford to waste time.
Once you declare the winner, I get my press agent working and I start lining up the bookings. Now, are you with me or aren't you?
Later, not so loud.
Well, Hooterville Volunteer Fire Department Band did it again. They blew out the transmitter on top of Mount Scrawny.
Oh, hi, Joe. Transmitter must still be out. I've been thinking about our band. Now that we hit our stride, I figure we're about ready to enter that clam bake at the county fair.
Well, folks, Station K is back on the air.
Come on, everybody, the radio's on.
First off, we'd like to thank Clyde Turner, who braved the elements and climbed to the top of Mount Scrawny. Elevation, 123 feet. And fixed our transmitter. Thank you, Clyde. Now for the news you've all been waiting for. The final results of our talent search. The grand winner of our $200 first prize is Billy Joe Bradley and Steve Elliott, the singing
I told you, congratulations. I knew you'd do it.
and 91 other entries and votes received. Mel Ferguson and his electric sweet potato, 96. Joe Carson and his Hooterville Volunteer Fire Department Band, 5 votes.
5? I demand a recount. The contest was rigged. Oh, Joe, let's not be sore losers. I can prove it to you, Sam. So we didn't get any votes from the Grange, and the ice plant let us down. But only 5 votes. We had to get 6. There were 6 of us in the band. Could be one of the guys didn't vote for us. Yeah. Now that you mention it, and I know who it was Newt Kiley. That's loyalty for you. I'm a good mind to call him on the phone. I got his number someplace. Wait a minute, Joe. What was that card you took out? Oh, it ain't nothing. I hereby vote for the grocery list case here. I hereby vote for the Hooterville Volunteer Fire Department Band, signed Joe Carson. Joe, you know that thing at the fair you told me about? Why don't you forget the rest of the band and enter that clam bake as a chowderhead?
Mrs. Bradley, can't you hurry them up? I've got to catch that train.
I'm sorry, they have to make their own decision. I'm staying out of it.
Well, finally. Did you talk it all out? What did you decide?
We've decided not to sign the contract.
What do you mean we've decided?
That's what we agreed to a minute ago.
I know, but now I'm not so sure.
You mean you've changed your mind between the dining room and the lobby?
I agree with the little lady. I don't know how you could turn this thing down. The country is loaded with kids who would leap at a chance like this.
He's
He's right, Steve.
What an opportunity. You travel, you meet new people, you stay at the best hotels.
That's one of the main reasons I'm turning it down, Mr. Sparks. I have traveled, going from hotel to hotel.
But what about me? I mean, I've lived here in Hooterville all my life. Population 335.
But 335 friends. I've been in cities with 1 million people and still been alone.
I know, but... Well, Mom, you've been hearing all this. What do you think?
I don't think you're being fair to Steve.
Well, don't I have a right to my own decisions?
So does Steve.
I know, but he doesn't have to be so obstinate.
Billy Joe, this is a two-way street. And it seems to me that you're trying to hog the whole road.
What your mother's trying to say is that there are 2 lives involved here.
3, and I'm leaving. You don't need an agent, you need a referee.
What the? Hey, kid, before you sign that contract, you better let me check it. I got your best interest at heart.
Uncle Joe, they're not signing.
Not signing?
No, they're not signing any
Hey,
contract.
Sparks. This is the greatest break of your life.
What is?
I didn't want to take the spotlight away from the kids, but I've got an attraction that, well, it's an agent's dream.
What attraction?
The Hooterville Fire Department Band.
You're putting me on.
No, you're putting us on. The networks, nightclubs, personal appearances. Chicago, Paris, London. Why, where'd he go?
Never mind about him. I'm worried about Steve and Billy Joe. This is the first big fight they ever had, and the way they were Now, there's the kind of fight I like to see. Nothing but winners.
Petticoat Junction. This has been a Filmways presentation.